What's up, Wheel Rock?
Welcome back.
Today we're gonna do like a just a tips video about spray-board climbing and training for like outdoor projects. I'll give like around 5 tips detailing like the process that I use to like utilize the spray-board to train for my projects outside.
When I'm having a bad day, I bring my friend Connor, and
What's up?
we just kind of embrace, and it really helps me to have him here. So for this video, he's gonna.
What are you doing for this video?
Yeah, what are you? I don't know what I'm doing.
What is your role in this video? No, what do you? Wait, what?
I'm gonna be giving you life advice because I know a lot of you are younger. I've been through a lot, and I'm just gonna because
I'm the climbing coach. You're the life coach.
climbing
of this channel.
to climb hard, you actually have to have your life in order.
It's true.
It's like both true.
It is true. A lot of the time, I can't focus on climbing hard because my life is not in order.
Yeah.
So
Or like,
I've seen it.
I'm gonna leave my own baggage.
yeah, you'll abandon your
I'm
own.
abandoning my
subjectivity.
own emotional baggage, and it will just be forever.
Alright, tip number 1. I know like in board climbing there's a culture of like not warming up sufficiently or climbing like 7 days on. Done like
This is another slight at Sean RHM. This is direct target.
Personally, I always do like max 3 days on, usually just 2 days on. And like if you're trying like max effort or borderline max effort, which like I think you should be trying pretty damn hard if you're like working projects on the board, then like you should be doing maybe around like 2 to 3 hour session, 2 days in a row. Like I wouldn't push it too much more than that. Even if you do and you like find the rhythm that works for you, the most important thing is when you feel like you might need rest, but you still are invigorated to keep climbing or not take that rest day, like take the rest day. To warm up, I try to keep it like basically the same, whether I'm like projecting outside or just training inside. But like basically I'll pull on a block until like my fingers feel pretty robust and like not too inflamed, you know? Yeah, robust. And then that can take anywhere from like 10 minutes to like, 40 minutes. Once I do that, I'll usually like start hopping on some very easy climbing, just like getting the blood flowing. Again, trying to get like a sort of like robust feel to like my muscle engagement, just flow and all of that, right? To help with that, oftentimes I'll like do some dynamic stretching before that.
No, film him. I want to know what he's talking
And then usually I'm ready to try the harder stuff after that, so.
Do you want real life advice or
Real
do you
life
want
advice.
shit? If you are so full of spite that your only goal is to downgrade others' achievement,
to devalue other people's achievements. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend, but yourself.
Oh.
Okay? That's pretty good, right? I just came up with that on the spot.
this is insane.
Self? Are you not your own friend?
Whoa!
Wait, is Connor the truth seer?
Spin! A lot of these ideas for things to tell you guys came from actually our Discord, which is connected to our Patreon. Recently, actually, I feel like I've been really getting to know the people who are active in there and their personalities, and we're thinking about doing some more inclusive events, like more Q&As, like group bath time, FaceTimes, Zooms. I get lonely when I'm watching myself.
When you're watching yourself. When you're doing your hair routine? Oh man. Okay, tip number 2, intentionally put awkward movement into your training sessions, and this will go a long way, long term, into climbing harder outside, because the outdoors don't care about how comfortable you feel. It's often super awkward and uncomfortable, and that's just how it is.
It's
Just
like
get
a
used
Ben
to it,
Shapiro
right?
climbing. Don't care about your feelings.
Climbs don't care about your feelings. Anyways, so here's an example. So on the tension board, I see a lot of B11s and 10s that people set where like it's a basic throw from one hold to another. Generally, a lot of board climbers will think like, I want to set a shoulder move, I'll just set a throw from this hold to this. Like, that's shouldering, right? Like say we have this. Like it'll space like a low foot. And just like, right? Like I'm engaging the shoulders, and it's like pretty hard, and it's probably helping in some way, but it's not awkward. I'm pretty comfortable with that, right? What I'll also often do if I have an idea, like a shoulder move, I'll like look at the foot options I do have and say like, I could use this, and it'll get across what I want, but it'll be better if I put a foot out right, so I have to like tension really hard on my toe and engage my core a lot to come up into the shoulder. This is like you see this movement more often outside, it'll like engage a different part of your body they're not used to engaging because you might be set in your ways of just setting throws, even if your intentions are like a bit more focused. So I want to make this move feel a little bit less comfortable, a little bit more awkward. So usually I'll go for like a high foot, or like then a weird heel, or like a drop knee, or unusually high foot is a pretty good way to make things pretty awkward. So let's say like I try to engage this foot, right? In order to do that move and keep my foot on, I had to like engage my toe in a really awkward and weird way. And like I still got what I intended to work with my shoulders, but I like got out of my comfort zone in a weird way, right? And like, that's not the best move, but that's not really what matters, right? Someone on our Discord actually asked like, how do I set these uncomfortable movements? Because I know that I need to set more awkward, but I don't know how. It's really about just like thinking out of the box with your options. If you see an opportunity to make it different than what you've been doing, like take advantage of that, you know? Ben, someone on Discord said, talk about your hair routines. they're definitely talking about you.
They're definitely not talking about me.
Yeah, they are, man. Yeah, they are. You got nice hair.
Well, recently, this is not good public information. Recently, I have lost both my body wash and my conditioner. So my shower routine is that I bring my shampoo and I wash my body and my hair with just my shampoo. I put it in my hair and then I wash it out of my hair, and then I use my towel, and then that's that.
I think it's genetics. I think the tip is just to have good hair genetics.
Actually, today, one of the things that I did, I was sent a Dremel.
Yeah, thanks for climbing.
It's actually sick.
Thank you.
Hella helpful. First thing I did once I got it, I stuck it in my hair. And it created a knot, a massive knot of hair that then fell out. So that's another thing that I do.
That's a good tip. Yeah. We got a lot of questions on the Discord about how to set like limit projects on the spray board or the tension board. Setting limit projects is one of the best ways to train for outdoor projects. Yeah, this leads into tip 3, which is that when you have an existing climb, or when you set what you thought might be a project but it was at your limit, I would encourage you to amend those climbs, add sit starts to them, add new exits to them. Like if you thought it would take longer than it did take, and you did it in like say a session when you thought it would be like a long-term project, like make it harder. A lot of like outdoor projecting is about like repeating the same movement over and over again and then going into a new area where you fall a lot. It's actually very helpful if you take a pretty hard climb that you can do and then like just add on to that a little bit or a lot if you need to, because you're like replicating the outdoor projecting process pretty well. Yeah, I have an example here. Ben and I set a climb a few videos ago called Ben's Wood Hard, and it took me quite a bit to do it in the video, but still a day. Recently, when I was training for Shaolin, one of the things I did is I took Ben's Wood Hard, kept the entire start, and changed the end to make it like a pretty hard throw instead of the conventional easy ending. And so I sort of like took a pretty hard climb that I knew I could do consistently and added like a very hard throw into that, which sort of like replicates kind of my process on Shaolin. I could do the sit V13 very consistently, but the end throws were way harder in length. This is similar. It's kind of like a V13 into like maybe a one move 11 or 12 or something. So yeah.
Sometimes those who say the most have the least to say. Noel's trying to give me advice on how to do this move real easy, and he just said, actually, I blurred out the rest. He just said, like, be flaccid or something.
I said, flaccidly tension your foot.
I'm not listening.
I stand by it. Yeah, flaccid. Flaccid. Nice, man. Yeah, and just, you can do it, then. You can do it today.
I'll try. That was really good. This is it's my crux of the original Ben's Wood. Like, I'll give it like a go every session maybe, and I've gotten consistent at the last move. The second move is really hard for me.
It's really weird.
And I think it's more tape friendly for today.
My friends are gonna do this the whole month. So I'm just gonna push it back.
Yeah, way that left. Yes, man. So good, easy.
Oh! That was so close. Fuck. Here's a real tip to climb V17. If that's really what people want, like Noah comes in and like every climb we do on the springboard that I can project, he day flashes as a warm-up. And they're all V13 plus, V14, hard V14. Like infinitely harder. And that's to climb V17. I think I think you need to go to like climb V14 like it's like right after your warm up and like you're not gonna fall. Because like Shaolin, I mean, I didn't see Noah fall once on the intro boulder. I felt the holds like I don't think I could do it, or like maybe I could do it, but it'd be like a project. Like V14 is like hard for me, you know, and like that's like hard V13, and like what he just did to this climb, like you gotta be able to do that to climb V17. So that's my tip. I full crimp the next hold immediately. On this one, I do like a thumb full crimp, and you half crimp, half crimp, half crimp.
Yeah, I have to remember everything.
So like we do the moves pretty differently. I think there's more weight in my fingers.
Come on, man, way that left. Yeah, dude. You're in it, man. Come on, way that foot. Yes, man. Nice.
Let's fucking go!
Dude, that was sick. My life tip is that never give up.
Wow.
I tried that this summer and I couldn't do even all the moves. And I thought I was so much weaker, and I did it.
Wow.
It's weird.
His life tip hasn't changed since he was 7 years old. He's got the
Never give up.
Never give up.
A
Yes.
7-year-old could give that advice. But we get it from Ben.
Okay. So we kind of covered like making a project out of like a semi-project by making it harder, right? But if you set a climb that you thought like would be like a long-term project and it turned out to seem just straight up impossible, don't abandon that and just like alter it very slightly until it's like right at your limit, which is kind of.
Man, what the fuck? Get out of the way, dude. He's trying to climb.
We're moving from top down until you reach the desired level, right? So I wanted to set like a pretty hard 14 or 15 wood climb, right? And I was trying to like figure out what to do, and so I tried to climb like these holds, right? And like this foot, and the goal was like to get here eventually. And for this one, like that move was just a little bit too like reachy at first, and like this position felt a little bit too weird. For the first few tries, I like tried to go to this guy instead. And I kind of like built my way slowly into where like this move became better, and I started like feeling pretty confident about doing it to the hold lower. Doing it to the move higher could then become a possibility. And that's kind of a way where you can like push your limits or like project a climb by trying a different move than the move on the project, but like building your way up to it.
We've decided that people want to hear about Noah's dating life.
My tip is never ask anyone out. Just like subtly manifest, and eventually it'll happen, and you won't be embarrassed. Yeah, that's the secret.
It's like the. Have you seen the secret video though? It's just like imagine you want something, and it'll happen.
No, I haven't, but I guess it's kind of like that.
Exactly the advice you gave.
Yeah, it is shit advice.
Hey, what?
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Eventually, time will.
Such a good example of like it worked once, so you
Yeah.
think it works, but it's
Yeah,
actually
you have a
a
small
bad
data
idea.
set.
It's actually kind of the opposite of what you should do, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you need to. Like that
If you
Don't leave your comfort zone. Never leave your comfort zone. That's my.
If you're gonna ask a girl out, make sure they know that that's what you were doing.
So many of my female friends have been like, oh, wait a minute, that was a date? And then when they tell me what the guy said, I'm like, yeah, obviously that was a date, but they didn't know that. And
That's crazy.
After every date, you should send like a Microsoft
Yes,
365
yes.
survey to get their opinions.
These are the tech bro climbers that we're looking for. Guess what he
market
does
to.
for a job.
And then send me the data, please. I'd like to model it.
Oh, he's not flashing.
Tip 5. Our friend Tiny Man made a good point. Like every time you fall, take time to analyze why you fell. Investigate the notion that perhaps it's not just that you have to try harder. And it's rather
Instagram caption.
rather
perhaps.
rather you should like tension this foot a little bit more or pull into the shoulder a little bit more. You know, it's dependent on the context, but being aware and having the disposition that like you should analyze every fall or every reason that you did fall is a good habit to have. And it goes a long way in projecting your spray wall projects, and then like therefore it translates into the outdoors pretty well. When I'm projecting outside and even inside for like a real hard like indoor project, like I'll video my tries and then I'll open like a golf coaching app and like overlay both videos and see like exactly what I was doing wrong with like my tension, or like if I wasn't pulling hard enough on like like my right hand or something. Yeah, video your attempts and like analyze through that, so you have something to like go off of, you know? Because sometimes it's hard to remember what you did. So yeah, it's a good tip. Sick.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Today was a really important session for me because I think a lot of people in climbing and life struggle with just everything. It's just really hard, especially climbing, and it's such a microcosm of life. A lot of times, especially right now, I have a lot of things going on in my life, and the climbing can feel stressful. It can feel like I'm not improving as much as I should. It can feel like I have a lot of pressure on me to climb hard, and these things really affect, you know, everything. And like stresses in my life affect my climbing. And to like have all this going on and to send a climb that I couldn't do a few months ago at all is like really meaningful. And I think the real most important advice I can give about climbing is that like take your wins and like really savor them, and like don't forget how like great progress can feel. And like you might have bad days, but like take your wins, look at your progress, and like
It's not linear.
it's not linear. And it's so climbing is so hard and life is so hard, and you can't always improve
things get in the
linearly.
way.
Things get in the way all the time. And yeah, just keep climbing, keep having fun, and
Have
that's
fun.
the most
That's the
important
most
thing.
important.
Always.
We had a good idea for Wheel Rock yesterday.
Okay.
I'm trying to say we to like delegate blame for this idea. It's not just me. But it's,
Jamie?
it's a little bit of Wheel Rock cuckolding. So like someone will DM you and they'll be like, I want you to flash my project. And then you'll be like, oh, I'll do it to you. And then
And you FaceTime them.
And then you FaceTime them and you look back at them in every move.
And Noah does a one arm.
Yeah,
he does a
Noah,
one arm and looks
he licks
back.
his fingertips and then grabs the crimp, you know?
Yeah, that people would. I bet that.
We'll make a
there's
new
some
tier.
people
We'll
out
make a new
there.
tier for that.
Yeah, cuck tier, bro.
Just flying around the country flashing people's projects.
It's hard to film videos when there's so much on your mind. Severance ended on like they just. Oh, whoa! This is really personal venting. Every episode, I'm like, wow, they're finally gonna reveal what's happening. And every episode, they reveal what's happening, and then also make it another mystery by the end of the episode. So you never are satisfied. They keep edging us forever, and I don't even know.
This is why you're in a bad.
That's just one of many things.
What's another thing?
There's Izzy. What? She just ruins my day.
Oh my god! What the fuck? That's so mean. What?